Some of you might be new to Merge, so in this video, I'm going to show you how to climb up ladder using a fresh account with basically no rulers and not that high of a collection level either. This will be the first part of probably a multi-part series where I push this mini account up through the various ranks in the leaderboard. So right now I'm at 1233 and my goal for this video is to show you how to push into silver 3, I believe. So to start off, as a king, which is a ruler I'm using as I don't have the Empress unlocked on this fresh account, and king is the default ruler that everyone gets, what I did was just put down goblins. I saw that he had two very strong units. I put him in the back line, and I'm just going to lose round 1, which is what you should be aiming to do with the king, because the king, he gets elixir when you lose, and I got my first ruler quest there, and I'm going to get some more elixir. So I have a ton of elixir here, and what I'm going to do now is cycle for some reasonably strong cards. So we're going to go by the wizard. We get the wizard, archer. I'm going to keep in goblins for another round, but I want the 2-star musketeer because it's very good. And we're going to buy this, and I'll just put in the barb. I don't want to put in the musketeer. My hope is I lose round 2. Doesn't look like that's going to happen. I'm going to keep the musketeer because one of the most important things you need to know as a Merge Tactics player is what a comp is. And nobles is one of the strongest comps in the game, so I'm trying to keep the musketeer because it is a noble card. The other thing you will notice is that I'm selling 2 stars, which is very important because as the king, when you sell a 1-star, you lose 1 elixir. As you can see, if I sell this, if I try selling the musketeer, I'd only get 2 elixir for it. So now we're going to do this. Okay, I only have 3 troops, that's fine. I still need to lose a bit more. But as you can see, I'm building up some of my noble cards, and what I'm doing is checking what my opponents have. And as you can see, they don't have a ton of stuff that's noble. So I'm going to lose some more health here, but now I get my second quest, and the second quest will give me something else. And in addition, I'll get more elixir for losing as king. And at this point, I can cycle for the rest of my noble cards. So we're going to get the P.E.K.K.A here. And I think I just sell the P.E.K.K.A because I don't see myself using it immediately. I'm going to sell the dart. I kept the dart around because if you can try hitting the 3 stars before you sell things off, you absolutely should. At this point, I'm going to grab the P.E.K.K.A back. Going to force once, force twice. And by forcing, what I mean by forcing is the action of selling a 1-star card. And as I explained earlier, when you sell a 1-star, you're actually losing elixir, right? The giant skeleton costs 3 elixir, but if I were to sell it here, I would only get 2 back. Whereas in contrast, if I sell the 2-star, I would get 3 elixir. But remember, I get 1 elixir for merging 2 of the copies. So what that means is I'm essentially net even on my elixir. So we're going to get this, we're going to get the prince. And I'm not quite sure what I want for my 6th card. As you can see, I have 4 nobles here. I might go ahead and see if I can hit a 2-star wizard. And in Merge Tactics, there's something called the shop pool, which is essentially all the different cards in the game you can collect. And there are 4 copies in general of everything. And the positioning here isn't the best because of the modifier, but I'll explain what that is in a bit. But essentially, there's 4 copies of everything, so if you want the 3-star, you have to collect all 4 copies in the shop pool. But remember, it's a shared shop pool. Everyone shares the same set of cards. So see how my opponent there, the Echo Sage, he has a princess. Because he has a princess, I will never be able to get all 4 copies of princess and 3-star it. So I'm just going to go ahead and cycle that, and then maybe see if I can hit a P.E.K.K.A. Right, so I'm cycling for my cards. I'm going to buy the Golden Knight, and I got all 4 copies, so with that I'm able to get 3-star here. And let's just go ahead and buy the Knight, and at this point, because I know I'm playing the dead guy because you can see who you're facing. So what I'm going to do is intentionally put in goblins, so that way I can farm a little bit more elixir. The goblin trait is one of the most important traits in Merge Tactics because when you have the goblin trait, which you get by putting 2 goblins on the board, you get a free goblin every round. And as you can see, my opponent... Okay, I guess the opponent sold off the princess. We're going to sell our goblins here. So as you can see, I hit my 3-star. And at this point, I think it's pretty much done. I can't cycle any further. I'll put in the knight just so that it gets the noble buff, even though it doesn't actually get me to the next stage. The final stage with 606 noble only occurs if you can get the royal giant, which is an orb exclusive unit. And those orb exclusive units will only come from your ruler quests, so I can't actually get 606. But anyways, what I'm going to do is just hold this. I have a 3-star golden knight, which is arguably the strongest non-orb unit in the game. And as you can see, it just immediately wrecks his entire board, and just like that, we're able to take the first game without much trouble. I guess I never explained what the modifier was. This modifier is like Last Survivor, so in that modifier, poison tiles come from the outside in. So in that modifier, people are incentivized to cluster their troops towards the center of the board. And now we'll wait for the next game, which, because I'm not that high, they're coming pretty quickly. And again, it's the Last Survivor, and again, a really good start with goblins, and we're placing an Empress player. Now, Empress is the strongest ruler in Merge Tactics, but I don't have Empress unlocked, and it would be a lot harder for me to explain what's going on if I had to use Empress, because her playstyle is significantly different. As you might notice, I put my Demolisher in the back. The reason why I did that was because I want to make sure I lose the first round. Unfortunately, I didn't kill the Stab Goblin that normally I do, but my Demolisher is underleveled. Now, as you can see, I got a Giant, which is a clan unit. What this means is I have the ability to get 6 of 6 clan, which is actually very good. So what I'm going to do now is do something like this. The Loon, of course, is a different ruler who gets 1 extra troop. And so what that means is there's a very good chance he's going to beat me outright, but I'll get some more elixir at that point. And now I have a 2-star Stab Goblin. I'm going to sell this, grab this. I killed 2 troops, I have 4 health left, but I get my next ruler quest, which is 10 elixir. And at this point, I have enough elixir to go for some of the cards I need. Notice how I grabbed the 3-star Spear Goblin. Don't be afraid to sell the 3 stars if they're not from a comp that you need. We're going to go grab the Barb, we're going to grab the Giant Skelly, grab this, grab the Witch, sell it off. And at this point, it's just a really quick cycle. We hit the 3-star there. Okay, slightly suboptimal plays. I needed to grab at least 1 queen, but I couldn't find them in the shop. I'm going to sell the Giant, I'm not going to hit that. And at this point, I'm just going to wait around. And I should be good as long as I kill at least 1 more troop, which I do. In fact, I think I'll win because I'll take away the Musketeer. Yep, so I managed to win this round, and I have 4 clan. And of course, the ones I'm missing are Wizard and the Queen. So comps are very important in Merge Tactics, and clan is a decent comp. I'm grabbing the merges typically because I do want to activate bench space, and when I can't find the cards that I need, I'm grabbing the ones that I feel are the least contested. And by contested, what I mean is that if there's a card that's good and multiple people want it... Okay, I'm done forcing. I don't have the wizards yet. I'm going to do this. I'm going to let the Valkyrie take the shot from the Prince. And I'll let the rest of my troops do their thing. Now, when I need to buy a card that isn't a clan unit, because remember, I'm trying to go for 6 of 6 clan here, I'm trying to buy stuff like Firecracker and Magic Archer, which, at least in this season, Season 9, are not that strong. So, I'm fine buying it because the probability I hit a merge is quite high. Now, I'm going to sell the Valkyrie, and at this point, I do need to hit everything else. Let me do that, grab this, I'm going to grab the Wizard, and now I have full clan. Cool. Now what I'm doing here is selling the 2-star to put in the 1-star. That's known as cycling. And for Empress, cycling actually grants +1 elixir. And for all other rulers, cycling is a net even amount of elixir. Now the reason why you would cycle per se is because cycling allows you to preserve your elixir. You're not going to lose elixir by cycling, and it lets you preserve the traits. By selling the 2-star Barb for the 1-star, I preserve all of my health, or all of my traits, and I get some free elixir. Or I don't get free elixir. I get to maintain my elixir count. And what that lets me do is not burn through elixir. Like if I sell, say, the Knight here, I'm forcing. I lose 1 elixir for doing that. Every time I sell for a 1-star, I lose elixir. But the reason why you would do that is because at a certain point, you're looking to hit your 3-star copies, which only come after you grab all 4 copies associated with a particular card. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to move my Valkyrie in front, so that way it takes a hit, and move my Giant off to the side. I want my Giant in the front tanking for everything, and I want my Queen off to the side sniping everything. Now the Queen is going to be in the poison tile, so it's going to take some amount of damage, but it's not enough for my opponent to defeat me, and just like that, I'm able to win round 6. Now I'm facing the dead guy. As you can see by the red cloud who you're facing. What I'd like to do now is probably cycle a little bit. Okay, I do hit another copy of Wizard. And as you can see, this board I'm facing is not particularly strong. So what I'm able to do is cycle out the Archer and the Barb, which are probably the weakest clan units, and put in Goblins, because I know my 3-star Giant and 3-star Queen are able to defeat his board on their own. So what I get from this is the ability of I just get another Goblin, which allows me to get more elixir. So this is called scouting, and when you scout, you can see what stuff your opponent has, and I can see no one really has much clan stuff. There was a 1-star Valkyrie I saw, and that is going to stop me from hitting my 3-star Valkyrie, at least for now. Or as long as you hold that Valkyrie, I'm not hitting the 3-star, but as you can see, I got some free elixir. I'm going to sell the Archer. Let's go grab the Barb, sell the Dart, go grab the Wizard. I'm going to force once. We have the Archer, force this, got the Barb. And my hope is I can hit at least one more 3-star here, because I have a ton of, like, I have 3 cards that are one-off. So unfortunately, I'm not able to hit anything else, which is fine, I guess. And again, the Prince, I think this time should knock off the Barb, right? So he'll knock away the Barb now, and my Valkyrie will get some splash, at least before the Giant Skeleton knocks it back. But this is not going to be that big of a challenge. We're going to get rid of his entire comp, and just like that, we're going to take another first place, and we'll need just one more game to get into Gold 3. I figured I'd spare you guys the loading animations and everything, and anyways, this is Orb Galore, where everyone gets free orbs, and for our first orb, we got 5 elixir. So we're going to grab all these Goblin cards, and we're facing the Empress, and they have a board that looks like that. So I'm going to do this. And I don't think we're winning. The Golden Knight is extremely strong, and it looks like the Empress is already trying to grab some Noble cards, and Nobles are of course the strongest comp in the game. But we have +5 elixir. We're going to grab the Spear Goblin, and we're going to get the 3-star Stab Goblin. So we have a ton of elixir to play with, so I think we can maybe maybe we can get the Noble cards faster than the Empress. But for now, we're just going to continue cycling. I will grab 1 copy of Golden Knight. I think Golden Knight's very strong. Grab the Princess. We grab the 3-star Spear. Princess. Just going to do this. I think I should be able to win, and I also want Goblins. I check my opponent's board. He's also trying to go Nobles, but I already have a metric ton of Noble cards, so I don't quite know if what he's doing is appropriate. But we'll see. Now, contesting means 2 people are going through the exact same comp, and I'm trying to go for Nobles, and so is he. So I'm going to chuck in 3 Nobles right there. I'm going to grab the Knight, the Musketeer, sell this. Going to force once, and just like that, we have 4 Nobles all at 2 stars. Okay, cool. Let's check my opponent's board, who's going for Nobles. As you can see, he is going for Nobles, the #1 comp in the game, or the #1 standard comp at least. But for now, what I'm going to do is buy the Queen, because the Queen is another very useful card. And we're just activating bench space here. And this is Orb Galore, so when someone dies, everyone gets an orb. So let's go check what our orb is. It is a Monk. And with the Monk, of course, you do want a 3-star Monk, because 3-star Monk is very strong. So let's go grab the Prince. I'll sell the Knight, put in the Prince. I can't quite find the Monk, which is fine, I guess, but I am playing the dead guy. So what I'm going to do is just put in Goblins, because I can beat this guy's board with all my stuff. And I'll get a free Goblin. So let's just check this Empress board, and this Empress is of course contesting me. But as you can see, I'm going to beat this guy, and I'm going to get at least one more goblin, which is very good. And the second this Empress defeats this builder, you get something else. I actually got Plan, which makes me really want to pivot. And by pivot, what I mean is the ability to cycle through everything and... Okay, this is... I want to sell off everything in my entire board because I want to go for 6 of 6 Clan. The reason being, Clan is exceedingly strong. So at this point, I'm missing just the Barb. Okay, we're gonna put this in. Okay, that's bad. The issue here is that I needed the Clan to be on the Monk, so everything would get 6 of 6. But that's fine. For now, what I'm going to do is start blocking some of his cards. And by blocking, what I mean is that I'm going to buy 1-star copies of some of his cards, so that way he cannot hit the 3-star on them. So I'm just going to buy this. We get the 3-star Queen. I'm going to make sure to put Clan on the Monk this time. And I'm going to sell this. Okay, I'm going to cycle so I can get the 3-star Monk there. So unfortunately, this Empress opponent is going to be able to hit a lot of 3-stars on the Noble cards, which is the comp they're going for if they cycled a bit faster. But for now, I have 6/6 Clan. And I moved my Queen so that way the Princes don't actually hit the Queen, which is one of the stronger cards here. And pivoting is an important concept in merge tactics. What pivoting is the concept of you have one comp and you decide to go for another. In this game, I had Nobles, and Nobles is of course a very strong comp. But when I got the Clan Orb, or I got the ability to attach Clan to something random, I decided that I wanted to go for Clan instead, simply because I'd get 6/6 Clan. Now, the issue is Empress has the ability to get infinite elixir, so this Empress opponent is able to cycle for their 3-stars. Meanwhile, every other ruler cannot achieve infinite elixir, and this is why Empress is the best ruler in the game. And so as you can see, my opponent has some more stuff. He's not going to hit the Musketeer 3-star because I have a 1-star copy on my bench. Now what my opponent is trying to do is hit away my Monk and or Queen, which I really don't want to happen. I'd rather have the Monk and Queen in the front sniping everything. So which is why I use the Barb to block. And as you can see, this is not going to be much of a challenge. In top ladder, an Empress opponent will be able to beat me because they are able to cycle for infinite elixir and grab all the cards they need, but I'm not that high to where it becomes a problem, so we were able to pivot successfully to all the Clan units, get a very solid first place. And once we grab our little chest here, we will see that we are actually at 1300. And that's a brand new league, that's Silver 3. So hope you enjoyed watching, I guess, part 1 of this Push to Diamond on my mini. I hope it helps those of you who are newer to merge, and I'll catch you in the next video.